Hello, my name is Dmitry and welcome to the DP LAPS channel. In this episode, we will continue assembling the titanium wagon. Here's what we'll be doing. The rear swing arm, the rear brakes. We will meticulously install the powerful rear motors, carefully put in the precise steering rack, and then do some essential work on the entire suspension system. Well, that's the comprehensive plan for this stage of the build.
So we start the second episode by making bushings for the hub motors. These in turn will be welded to the swing arm. So on the hub motor we have a mounting seat with a stop, there's a key, and everything is secured with 2 nuts. So I've already machined these bushings. They're gorgeous, of course, with a fit for this diameter, pretty much to 0 tolerance. Now we need to make a keyway here. And now I'll show you the fastest and easiest way to make a keyway. For this we'll need a slotting machine. In our case it's a GD200 machine. So the part is loaded. I've already set the number 8 cutter and basically start the heads. And we slowly begin to gently feed it, very carefully, allowing it to gradually take hold. There we've got contact. And just like that, the essential keyway is formed very quickly and efficiently. And that's pretty much it, all done. Here's the keyway we've got. Now I'm moving on to welding the pendulum. It will be made from AD31 aluminum square tubing with a wall thickness of 4 millimeters. So I've already prepared everything, tacked it together and beveled the edges. Now I'm going to degrease the joint and the filler rod. I'll be welding with a number 5 nozzle using this machine here, an EVM. Also, when doing a lot of welding, I naturally put on protective gear. So let's get started. So this is the pendulum we've got at this stage. Here we've added gussets to give the whole structure more rigidity. They are welded on at an angle specifically to avoid creating stress concentrators in a particular spot. We've also installed disc brakes here. We cut the discs with a laser and machined them. The calipers here are from an AKI. The silent blocks are from the rear beam of a VAZ 2108. Basically, the pendulum is almost ready. The only thing missing here is the bracket for mounting the shock absorbers. But overall, we've ended up with a finished pendulum. So I'd also like to show you an interesting effect. Here we have 2 motors simply connected to each other. There's no other connection here. We start spinning the wheel. And the second wheel also starts spinning. It's slower, of course, but the efficiency is still quite high. Titanium thickness is 5 millimeters. So this is how we managed to install our pendulum here, or the rear beam, whichever you prefer. These are the brackets we cut out with a laser, and I welded everything together. And now, while we're still waiting for the rear shock absorbers to arrive, we'll work on the steering rack. Now we need to shorten the tie rods by about 180 millimeters. To do this, I clamped it like this, machined it here, there's no run out here, and now we can cut the thread. That's more or less how it spins. We have carefully shortened the tie rods, and the steering rack is now positioned precisely like this, ensuring everything here is perfectly good. Subsequently, I meticulously welded on this robust kind of pipe, to which the entire steering rack assembly will be securely mounted. Now my next crucial step is to precisely cut out several sturdy plates that will be firmly welded to this particular pipe, and the steering rack itself will then be reliably attached to these plates through specialized brackets and durable bushings. The shaft comes out so much to the side because there's still a significant amount of space here for the universal joint, and I truly believe there won't be any obstacles whatsoever for the steering wheel to be perfectly centered. Here I've meticulously mounted the steering rack. These are the precisely welded plates, the secure clamps, and the robust bushings, and now it's very firmly and securely in place, absolutely not wobbling at all. Next, I've already carefully welded this initial outline for the future body structure. The rear shock absorbers have also recently arrived. They're originally from some kind of ATV vehicle, but what's critically important for us is that they are quite short in length. Dmitry's specific request was for the body to be positioned as low as humanly possible. So, the precise way we can strategically position the wheel, the suspension travel, and the fender is so that the wheel absolutely doesn't hit the fender and the body ultimately stays as low as possible, ensuring optimal performance and aesthetics. I also cut out the lower shock absorber mounting brackets from aluminum and the upper ones from titanium. And I welded two pipes like this to them, which will be welded across. Next, I'll need to position the shock absorbers and weld them to the bracket. And then continue framing the body, because there's still a lot of work left to do on that. Also, many people wrote that the front part isn't rigid enough, which is natural. The main thing is to set all the points in space, and after that you can add as many gussets and reinforcements as you want.
Here's what we've got so far. By the way, it turned out pretty big. It looks like a little truck. So, what did we do this time? We made the rear swing arm from AD31 alloy, with gussets like these. Here are our signature, meticulously crafted pressings, which serve as incredibly strong and effective stiffening ribs. So, with that in mind, we carefully put it on wheels. We made the rear brakes. For example, right now we're fitting the shock absorbers. We took the shock absorbers from a CF Moto ATV because the Zhiguli Viaz ones were way too big, but I think these will do. We installed the engine, but we'll rebuild the engine later. That's how everything turned out here. Of course, there will be a lot of braces and struts for strength. In the trunk, we also installed the steering rack in its place. The car is currently transforming, so this is precisely how it's going to ultimately look. Quite decent, I must say. There will be more than enough ample space here inside, even for someone like me, comfortably. The body weighs less than the wheels with the suspension overall, and there's still a lot of work left to do here, but it's already starting to look real. In the next episode, we'll work on the battery. You'll see. We'll be assembling iron phosphate 18650 cells. There will be some more cool stuff, and we'll also talk about the electronics, which will be used here. That's it. Thank you all. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a like. Goodbye. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've decided to take on another project to help the local school upgrade their computer lab. There were some pretty old computers here, and there weren't very many of them. Now we've set up a classroom with 20 computer stations. These are the computers we installed. This is Core i5 16 gigabytes of RAM, 19-inch monitor, SSD installed. We put Linux on them, specifically Ubuntu, because I'm against proprietary software. Let the youth learn on open source. Hopefully, it will help them. There will also be a local network here, and we'll set up a storage device for backups and other needs. And we'll probably get a multifunction printer as well. So this is the kind of classroom we ended up with. The only thing missing is computer science teachers. If anyone from the Domodedovo district is willing to work as a computer science teacher, get in touch. It will be very interesting. We'll come up with something else in the future. That's about it.